the Chamber of Commerce, and really just wanted to welcome all of you to this Northport Candidate Forum. Really am pleased with the interest and the turnout that we have here tonight. And I'm not telling y'all anything you don't know, but this is a very exciting time in Northport with a lot of opportunities, and I think it is very important that we stay informed and engaged as a community so that we're prepared to make good decisions in electing our leaders. And really that's what this is all about, and proud that the Chamber has played a role in organizing this event. And I'm going to turn it over to Al Spencer.
Good evening. Coming out on a hot August night. I think Neil Diamond has something to say about that. Welcome to what are the first of two forums that the Chamber is going to sponsor. There are other forums. Some of you came to the Bama Cary Republican Assembly Forum a few weeks ago, and the League of Women Voters is also going to have a forum on August 16th. So it's important that you get out to as many of these forums as you can and become as informed as you can. Our Chamber's second forum will be next Thursday night, same time, same place, and it will focus on districts 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the way we're going to proceed tonight, the candidates are going to be given a minute and a half for an opening remarks, and then a minute for closing, and they'll be questioned by a moderator. The order will begin in alphabetical order, and then we'll change that up as the questioning goes on. We're not going to take questions from the floor. This is not a debate, so the candidates will not be questioning each other. There are a set of questions that were prepared by a group at the Chamber to cover topics that we believe are of interest to businesses and individuals in Northport. So the moderator for this evening is a woman that many of you probably know. She's a business person here in Northport. If you don't know her, you should. But she owns and operates the Chick-fil-A, which is a very popular restaurant here in Northport. Ashley is one of the top Chick-fil-A's around, and she's operated that for 7 years. Certainly understands what it takes to successfully run a business here in Northport. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Ashley, and we will get the show on the road.
All right, thank you, Al. Okay, just a few rules of engagement. The candidates will have 1 minute to answer each question. Al Spencer will serve as our timekeeper, and when he calls time, please stop. We ask the candidates to remain respectful of each other and avoid personal attacks. We just want to keep it positive. So that'll be our goal tonight. And we're going to start with the mayoral candidates. Derek Snow has withdrawn, so we have 6 candidates for mayor. And after questioning the candidates, we will then move to candidates for Council District 1. There are 3 candidates for District 1. Are all 3 here? Awesome. Okay, and then in an attempt to be even-handed to all candidates here tonight, we'll allocate about 40 minutes of our remaining time for the mayor candidates and 15 for District 1. Does everybody understand? Okay. All right, perfect. So we're going to start with opening statements from the mayoral candidates. You get a minute and a half, and we are going to time that. And we're going to go in alphabetical order for this first part. And so we're going to start with Donna. So, yes, you can come up here and have the floor.
The time will be right over here to your right, so you will keep track of the time.
I'm Donna Aaron, and I am running for the office of mayor. I have lived in Northport for over 50 years. I married a hometown boy. He's grown up here in Northport. We have raised our children. We have 2 sons. We've raised them here. And we've raised our 5 grandchildren, or helped raise our 5 grandchildren here in Northport. I'm a retired school teacher. I've taught in the county system for 30 years, 28 of them at Tuscaloosa County High School. And I've also worked and still working part-time as an adjunct math instructor at the University of Alabama, and I tutor math with the athletic department. I was on the council from 92 to 2000. We had a great group of folks on the council that year, those years. 5 of those 8 years, I was president of the council. During those 8 years, we accomplished lots of things. We participated in many different things with the city of Tuscaloosa and Tuscaloosa County. We helped bring Mercedes here. We were part of that. We also worked with the city and the county to be good neighbors, to have the landfill authority that's out on 82. But once we established that landfill authority, we turned it over to the authority, let them do the day-to-day operations and do what needs to be done. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay, our next candidate is going to be Van Caldwell.
My name is Van Caldwell, and I've lived in Northport for 11 years and own a daycare school, education station, and a security company. And I've always had a passion and a desire to serve the people, and that's why I'm running for mayor. And I will be your representative if elected. And I've graduated from the University of Alabama in public administration, well, political science with concentrations in public administration and criminal justice. And I've worked in the public safety department at the University of Alabama. And I appreciate your vote, and thank you.
Thank you, Van. Next up, we have Frank Chandler.
Good evening. It looks like we've got a good crowd here compared to last time I was up here. I just want to say that I'm running, that I'm an independent candidate. I'm running against the establishment type of candidates and the special interest type of candidates. We've got at least 3 here today that are have been special interest and establishment type of candidates. Of course, if you want to vote for that kind of person, you can. I'm looking to make some changes. I'll let you know that I'm a proud Trump Republican, and that also that I went here at the University of Alabama. I got a BS in engineering. I got a master's in business administration. I worked for the Alabama Power Company for 30 years. I retired, and about the last 12, 15 years, I've run my own engineering business successfully here in Northport. And I'm trying to think of anything else I need to tell you right off, but anyway, I appreciate the chance to be here and talk to you folks today, and I hope you the best in this hot weather. Thank you.
Okay, next up we have Harvey Fretwell.
I think Mr. Washington and I overdressed tonight. It's hot out there. But I want to thank all of you for coming, and I'm going to run a positive and strong campaign. The job of mayor is to represent the citizens of this community and to be your voice at City Hall. I want to restore the trust in the citizens of Northport concerning their government. and I will work hard for that. I will work hard to improve the morale also of the employees. Some of my goals are, one, to make City Hall more accessible to you. Take some of these locks off the doors, take some of these cameras out of City Hall so that you're not always being spied on. We'll work hard to recruit businesses for this community and begin to grow our community. I know one of the questions from the chamber had to do with what are your goals for the city as far as businesses, what type of businesses? Well, the thing that I'm looking for are things that we don't have now, such as a bookstore, a library, those type of things. I got 2 seconds, so I want to thank you for letting me stand up in front of you and talk for a little bit.
Thank you. Next up, we have Mayor Bobby Herndon.
Good evening, I'm Bobby Herndon. My wife Kay is sitting right there with one of our granddaughters. Kay and I have been married almost 10 years. We have 5 children. We were busy in that 10 years. 5 children and 5 grandchildren, and have been blessed. I own a land surveying company in the city of Northport. My business has been in Northport for 36 years. In 2008, I decided to run for mayor. Since that time, along with the help of 2 great city councils, we have progressed a lot in our city. A lot of folks don't realize that Northport is the 20th largest city in the state. A lot of folks think we're just a suburb of Tuscaloosa. But we have goals, we have dreams, and we're working hard toward those. The residential growth is exponential. I mean, it's outstanding. And there's businesses that are following that residential growth. And we're very thankful for that. I served as the ambassador for the city all across the country these past 8 years. I would like to continue to do so, and you will pray about it, and if you come to be led that way, please vote for me. Thank you.
All right, and now we have Mr. Woodrow Washington.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Woodrow Washington, and I'm from Northport. I've been here my whole life. I spent 4 years in the military, the United States Air Force, and 16 years in the Air Force Reserve. I retired in 2011. I went to school here in Northport, graduated from County High, and also I'm a retired firefighter from the city of Tuscaloosa. So as a citizen and a worker, I understand it as being an employee for a city. I coached Little League football around in District 2 since '96, all the way to about 2 years ago I coached out at Riverside. I'm all about giving back to the community. I retired from the Air Force in 2011. I'm the owner of Archibald's and Woodrow's. I'm the 3rd generation of a family business that's been in Northport since 1962. I'm also the director of MKW Enterprise, and we have group homes in Northport, and we take care of people with an intellectual disability. So I will be a strong voice for all citizens. I will be a strong voice for all city employees. I will be a strong voice for the small business in Northport. You know, people ask, how do you get more revenue? Why not shore up some of the small business that's in Northport? I'm a small business. A little help from the city helps. So besides going out and getting new business, let's shore up the existing business and then go and get new business. Thank you.
All right, it's time for our questioning. We have one microphone here, and then you can come use this one if it's closer, just whichever works. But we're going to start with this question, and then I'll kind of tell you what order we're going in, and you'll have a minute to answer the question. In today's competitive economic environment, communities must have a progressive, pro-business environment to be successful. What plans do you have to make the city of Northport more pro-business and competitive? What role do you feel the Chamber of Commerce of West Alabama and the business community can play in helping the city of Northport become more business friendly? And we're going to start off with Frank.
Okay, microphone there. Owning an engineering business here in Northport, I don't think this thing's working, don't seem like it. There you go. Okay. Owning an engineering business here in Northport, I have worked around and worked with developers, and we went around with a developer here in Northport looking to develop some commercial properties. But I'll be honest with you, the biggest problem and block to economic growth in the commercial field in Northport is that we've got property owners with available properties that want more for the property than can be economically justified. They want as much as if you would live having a business on 15th Street in Tuscaloosa. And this developer has property at 15th Street. He can't get the same value here in Northport from leasers that he can in other areas. So that's one of the things that's really blocking our area.
Okay, next is Harvey.
You want me to answer the same question?
Yes, sir. We're all going to answer the same one.
Well, I think one of the, knock it off. Is it on?
I don't think it really works.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, my time's going fast. I got to talk fast. This thing moves much faster. Well, I think one of the problems with Northport is that they haven't utilized the individuals that they can use, such as the Chamber of Commerce, such as the industrial development, such as citizens in this community, to go out and look and find and begin to come in and develop some good marketable places. I've done this. I did this when I was mayor before. We were able to get Publix. We were able to get the Office Depot. We were able to get Lowe's out here. So we've done some of this before. And the reason we've been able to do this is because we know some of the developers that have contacts all over. And so we can continue to do that just by using what we have available here.
Thank you. Okay, now we have Mayor Herman.
Okay, thank you. I know we do the best we can. I know we do the best we can to promote our city. Working with the chamber, we have cut ribbons on several new businesses. About once a month, I have different groups across the country fly into the airport, and I pick them up and I show them around Northport, people I've met when I go to Las Vegas for the International Shopping Center convention, recruit businesses. But we've got people that we can't talk about that are looking at all kinds of things to put in Northport. Our council has incentive packages available. It's like Frank said, there are properties in Northport with, and the developers tell us, they're more expensive, that the profit margin wouldn't be enough for them to even look at things. We have other properties that are readily available for development. But we do promote every day, and things are looking up.
All right, we're going to go with Woodrow next.
Personally, I think Northport really have to look outside the box. We're focusing on one area or small pieces of town. There's a lot of places in Northport that can be developed. At first, if we get away from the river, Okay, it's tied up in court. It's people want a lot of money for it. Let's find other places. Let's find different. Northport is 3-4 miles from the University of Alabama. You know, why not build hotels right here on 82, down past Walmart? You know, that property down there is a great place for outlet stores. You know, sometimes you got to think outside the box. You know, you're not always going to get the perfect spot. But I promise you, when you drive to Boaz, Alabama for an outlet store, you don't think they'll come to Northport down on 82? My wife made me go to Destin somewhere for an outlet store, and we drove 45 minutes just to shop. So I'm pretty sure they'll come to Northport.
All right, you can pass that right next to you, to Donna.
I think first that we need to probably identify the developers who have worked with Northport before and have a roundtable discussion and find out what we can do to make the process easier for Northport developers to come to Northport to be here. I hear all the time how difficult it is sometimes to get things through City Hall, that we need to streamline that process, fix that process so that there's a packet with a checklist on the front of that package that says what needs to be done and what kind of time it needs to be done, and who they need to identify with and the city, and everybody initial it as they go along. And I think we need to partner with the chamber. They have professionals in those fields. We need to partner with the chamber so that they can direct people to us. Businesses will call the chamber to find out about our demographics and what we need to do in Northport, and they can help us. We can use the university as part of our process to encourage new businesses to come here.
Thank you. Okay, lastly, we have Dan. What's coming your way?
Well, I have a three-pronged approach on this. Working with the developers is one area. Trying to come up with the right kind of codes and building codes that will encourage and give incentives to the developers. That's really important. With job recruitment, such as factories, working with the wealth already in the county, and of course, with the chamber, we can help develop local businesses that are already here and create the wealth from within, and as well as recruit it from without. With all those things put together, over time, improve the city. But one thing I would say that there's no magic solution. It's just going to take hard work and constant seeking and proposing, and also being able to let the people speak and listen to the people and see what kind of businesses they prefer and what they hunger for.
Okay, thank you. We're going to move on to the next question. This is our second question. Let's talk about Northport's finances. What steps will you take to ensure the citizens of Northport that the city's finances are transparent and properly accounted for? And we are going to start off with Mayor Herndon.
Right now, the audit to be presented to the council on the 15th. We should have already had it out, but due to some things that came up, the auditors wanted to examine more closely. I know that financially, we're one of the most financially secure cities anywhere in the state, anywhere in the country. It's a lot to be said for our council, for our finance department. We've been very cognizant of the fact that, in the past, Northport hasn't been in the best financial situation. But right now, it's better than it has ever been. The audit will reflect that, and I appreciate it.
Okay, next up is Woodrow. Are y'all able to hear from the microphone? No? Do you want him to come up here? Yes. All right, let's do it. All right, Woodrow, you come up here. And then next up will be Donna. Get ready. Get
I believe we need to go into possibly getting, everybody's asking for an audit. So give people what they want, get an audit, see exactly where we at, and start from there. And at that point, we need to go and have some checks and balances. You know, you should be able to come and find out exactly what's going on in your city. If it's on the website or if it's in books, anything up at the city hall. You know, you should have an opportunity to know exactly what's going on. So to me, the main thing is getting it out there to the people, putting it on the website, people able to go online, because everybody can come to City Hall. When you do, it might be a busy day or something, but, so that give you a chance to be at home and you just Google, or you go on the city website, it should be put on the site for everybody to see. And, you know, to me, just, why not? Why not know? There's nothing to hide. It shouldn't be. You know, if the funds are there, it's good. You know, if not, everybody in the city needs to know. So, thank you.
Donna and Van, you're on deck.
I think the finances should be made public. It should be known to the public how to get on the website and look at the finances. If you are not computer savvy or do not have one, that report should be made available to you if you come up here to City Hall. Unquestionably, you should be able to get it. I feel like there should be more than one accountant, one that deals with the general fund and one that deals with the water and sewer fund. Then you could let them swap and review quickly or in an organized manner each of the other funds that they're not responsible for. I would definitely insist upon us having a forensic audit, at least in November when the new term starts, so that we can understand exactly where we are. And this audit needs to be from someone or firm that is available to help with municipal accounting and that has no connection whatsoever to any elected official or anyone in charge. Thank you.
Next up is Van, and then Frank will be after them.
A yearly audit is good, and then also a monthly meeting like this, sponsored by the chamber, or something similar to this, is also a helpful form of keeping things transparent. You can, by doing this, the people can see, you know, the yearly and as well as the monthly expenditures on request, and also there can be a newsletter or e-newsletter with comment sections. That way, if the people are unhappy with the way the money is spent, they can let their voice be known. And also, as your representative, I would make sure that it's spent properly for the development of the city. And also to have like meetings. There could be extra meetings if necessary, and things of that nature. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Frank, and then we have Harvey.
Pretty simple answer here. I've got a master's in business administration, and one of to just let you know, I know how to look at things and determine what's going on. And you can do audits, you can do forensic audits, and it is a requirement of the mayor within 6 months of being elected to appoint an accounting firm to go in there and see audit things and determine what's going on. And one thing that a lot of times is left off is you need a cash flow type of statement. And so we ought to have a cash flow statement and a projected cash flow for about 24 months. And this cash flow statement should be updated every month. And to make more things transparent to people, I would be for doing away with these pre-meetings. The pre-meetings is where they make all the decisions. If you want to go where they make the decisions, you go to the pre-meeting. The public is allowed to go in there if you want to. And just to let you know.
Okay, Harvey.
Since I'm the last one, do I get the most time? No, I have heard the city's in great shape. The city's in great shape. Well, the city's not in great shape. The reason, if the city was in such a wonderful position, why is it having to go borrow money to make payday? When we left office, we had roughly $23 million, $24 million indebtedness. Shake your head, John. $27 million, I'm sorry. We now are over $60 million in debt. And recently, they borrowed another $5 million credit to pay for things for the city. One of the things that really bothers me is I can go down in District 2 or District 1 and I can see roads that have been left. If you drive across one of the potholes, you're guaranteed to lose your car. So I really would like to see us do a forensic audit with an outside auditor coming in here and getting the finances of this city straight.
All right, this is our third question. Think about Northport in 10 years. How do you see the riverfront and historic downtown Northport? We're going to start with Harvey, coming back up, and then Frank, you'll be on deck.
Thank you. 10 years from now, I see the city as having a riverfront development. I see the city as having more mom and pop stores. I see the city as having a library. And this all comes from having some good leadership, somebody that cares for what's going on in Northport. I don't see us exploding in an industrial development city because that's not what we are. I enjoy being an art town. And we draw a lot of people because of that. Our city is growing, but every house that we build costs the city money. When we get new businesses in, that's tax dollars. That's a good tax base that's coming in. And we can do some recruiting with that. Thank you.
Okay, Frank, you're next, and then we'll have Van after that.
Is that me?
Yeah.
I'm a person that likes to get things done, not none of this dreaming and planning stuff. We've got a lot of plans that have gone in the trash. When I came here, I went to some Renaissance meetings and realized they were going nowhere. I went down Northport, and I said, what can be done here? And the only way to get anything accomplished was all the poles and wires had to be removed from down there. So on my own initiative, I went to the Alabama Power Company executive people, and I went to the telephone people, and I got them to spend over $500,000 in getting all that removed. So in that case, we got some things rolling. To get things further rolling, what we need to do is have on game day, we need to have that area down there. If it's ownership property down there, we can lease it from them. If it's city property, we can do other. We want to get the people in the area, and that will draw the development. You're trying to do the development and then get the people. You've got to have the people first.
Okay, Van, you'll be up next, and then Don.
It's very important to develop the riverfront. It's like they were saying, it's going to take constant work to push it, the right kind of building codes to harness it. And of course, it has to take balance too, because you want to maintain the historical part of Northport and the identity of Northport, but at the same time, enlarge the attractions of the riverfront, which will bring in money and at the same time create an identity for the city. Thank you.
In 10 years, I would like to see not only the development of downtown into the riverfront, which was projected when the downtown was revitalized in the 90s, along with the city having the levee built to protect downtown. I would like to see it expand east and west. I would like to have us have parks with baseball, softball complexes for our children to be able to go and families to be able to play. I would like to see a hotel down there with shops and walking pedestrian area extending downtown to the riverfront. Have a trolley that takes folks across the river to things that are going on over there that they're interested in. I would like to see development out 82 toward Gordo, up Highway 43, up Highway 69, which we are doing now. And in addition, Rose Boulevard needs to be included in some positive development.
Well, me personally, in 10 years, the first thing I want to see is our citizens more engaged into politics, and also our council and mayor, more accountable for them. In the next 10 years, if we start engaging a little bit more and holding everybody accountable, if I'm elected mayor, I want you to hold me accountable. Expect me to have meetings and different trainings. The council should have meetings quarterly or every 6 months to keep everybody informed. 4 years, our employees should be at a higher pay raise. Our citizens informed, our small business more connected, and a little bit more help from the city. Then after that, we continue in these 4 years to 10 to try and get more development. Let's try for the retails. Let's sneak a hotel in here, because in 10 years, it's hard to get everything done. But at least if we can get some of the smaller things to make life better for some of the citizens, and, at least the citizens know what's happening. And then everything else will come in due time.
Mayor Herndon.
Talking about our downtown and our riverfront, when I first became mayor in 08, I had some meetings with Pratt, was Mayor Byard at the time. And he said, "Mayor, you're not going to believe this, that we want to revitalize downtown Prattville." And so in order to do that, we loaded up about 4 Winnebagos and came to Northport, Alabama, because we wanted our downtown to look like Northport, Alabama's downtown. And it does. They've done a good job on that. They were copycats. But I want to see things on the river, the hotels. We should have already had one down there. We should have. We have people looking, different groups of people now looking about buying as much property along the river as they can to develop. That being said, though, we still want the citizens and the council and the mayor to have some say-so in what goes down there. We got a gold mine. We got a jewel of our riverfront. Tuscaloosa's pretty much used all of theirs up. We got room for a lot of different things down there. And we've got people looking and planning, but like I said, we don't want to do anything without some citizen input. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our questions for the mayoral candidates, but we are going to give you all the opportunity to make a closing statement. You have 45 seconds. So when you get up here, get cracking, because 45 seconds isn't much, okay? First up, we have Woodrow.
Me personally, I just want everybody to know that I'm for the citizen, I'm for the employees, and I'm for small business. I just believe that we have to work together and really try hard to connect everybody back to City Hall. as a small business and new business, Tuscaloosa has a work over there that does that. It's like he's a liaison in between the new business, small business, and City Hall. He kind of works with everybody. So I want to say thank y'all for tonight. I'm looking for your vote. If anybody want to sign, let me know. I'll give it to you. I stole 10 seconds walking up here, so I appreciate y'all. Good night.
Okay, Mayor Hardin?
I just want to say the past 8 years have been enjoyable. I've seen our city go a long way. One of the most things I'm proud of is the respect level that Northport has achieved with Tuscaloosa, with Tuscaloosa County, with the university, with the state of Alabama, with our senators and our congressmen. It's unbelievable. I can call them up, any of them, talk to them at any time. I know we meetings with Mayor Maddox over the past couple of years. He said, Bobby, you know, right now Northport is the lead domino. And I say, Walt, what are you talking about? He said, y'all have surpassed Tuscaloosa and Tuscaloosa County. Y'all were in the stack. You were lining dominoes up and you pushed them and they all tumbled over. He said, you guys are in the lead. He said that for the last 2 years. Y'all are the lead domino. Everybody else is stacking up behind you. I want to continue to see Northport be respected as the thriving, growing, large city that it is. 25,000 citizens and growing rapidly. Thank you.
Mr. Harvey?
Scares me when somebody says Mr. Hart.
Sorry.
I've been in a lot of neighborhoods recently, and I go through and there are many, many questions about what's happening at City Hall. They can't get their answers. They only get rumors. That will change as of August the 23rd, because I will take steps to reopen City Hall and everybody's restored trust in their government. Another big issue that has been raised has been the water rates. Several citizens have told me that their water bills are higher than their power bills. And when that comes to somebody that's retired, it makes it a big problem. Thank you.
Mr. Frank?
I'm going to ask you people here today to give me a vote. And the reason why you give me a vote is that I'm not a special interest candidate. I'm funding my own campaign. I'm not an establishment kind of candidate. And you can vote, if you want change, you're going to have to vote for somebody that's not a special interest or a establishment type kind of candidate, and there's at least 3 of those here today. And I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. I'll tell you one thing, I'm a doer, I'm not a planner. I like to get things done, and I'm like Donald Trump, I'm a proud Trump Republican, and I'm going to get things done here in Northport.
As mayor, I will be the representative of you, the people, and I will push hard for your goals and your desires. A lot of fixing Northport and a lot of the issues that have come up today, it's a matter of energy and willingness to work hard and achieve it with ambition to get it done for the people. And as mayor, I will do that, and all the other things will fall in place. Better rates and utilities, better infrastructure, schools, business growth, all will come together with a proper push. Thank you.
Being a school teacher, it just comes natural for everything to be organized and things in its place, and things have to be done on a timely manner. The 8 years that we were on the council, we all operated with that format. We got things done, we did what we needed to do, we helped the city grow, we helped the city become a much better place than it was at the time, and the growth is still going on. We have lots of potential. I would like to continue things that have been done and make things better. I would say the last few seconds here, there's a new project that I have started on my Facebook page. It is called Holly Houses, and it is in memory of a fine little girl who was killed by a drunk driver. And it involves going to the Google free little libraries, and you will see what this is all about. And I think you would love what it is. It's about education and reading and books. Thank you.
Okay, will y'all join me in thanking these candidates for mayor? We are fortunate to have such a large field to choose from, and hopefully they can stick around after the forum is over. Okay, now we're going to move on to our District 1 candidates. We have 3 of them. And I'm going to ask the same thing. I'll ask 3 questions. You'll each answer the same question, and I'll call you up kind of randomly. You can. It's up to you. Yeah, you can go sit down there. Okay. So opening statements. We'll start. You'll get a minute and a half. And we're going to start with Miss Judy.
I'm Judy Hayes, and I'm the incumbent. I've served 1 term on the City Council for District 1. I'm retired from the Alabama Department of Rehabilitation Services, and prior to that employment, I worked for the mental health system in Alabama. I have a master's degree in rehabilitation counseling, a BA in political science, and an AS in mathematics. Recruiting new businesses, I believe, is vital to the positive growth of our city. And I'm working with the mayor to recruit businesses, and right now, we have 2 prospects. And these are small businesses. And in particular, I feel like infrastructure repair or replacement is urgently needed. We have an experience with old, worn-out sewer lines breaking, exploding actually, and sewage flooding our river and creeks. And today, I don't think we've really been told how much actually was drained out of the pipes and into the river and backed up into the streams. And I believe that we want to know. We want to know that, and there are other questions we have about that incident. Quality of lives are a concern to me too. They're very important to the people in District 1. Keeping the parks that we have and establishing new parks or green spaces are something that the people have told me that they want. It's real important to them, and quality of life concerns are important to the residents as well. That includes safety, safe roads, traffic control measures, among others. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dennis Hambright. I've been an Old Port resident for about 54 years. I moved here in 3rd grade. I'm a retired Goodrich worker. During my time at Goodrich, I was a union secretary for like 12 years. Basically, my whole adult life has been helping other people. I've been the president of the Alumni Association up until this past year at County High, so I didn't want to try to overload myself. If I do win, I want to devote this completely to helping everybody. I've also worked with the Alabama AFL-CIO to help people that lost their jobs to get retrained in other jobs. That was my job, to go around Alabama and do that. People got laid off, they didn't have nowhere to go, what to do. We got them fixed up with grants and things so that they could retrain and get back out, keep their house and things like that. I've also worked with officers. I've worked with the International Union of Police Associations. I currently do that for them in Alabama when they need somebody.
Alabama police. There's only a couple of them that's unionized, but I believe in helping the employees. The employees happen to be our best asset in the city. I don't care what, if you have all the money in the world, if you don't treat your employees right, they're not going to enjoy the job, and they're not going to be able to do it right or want to do it. So I believe in taking care of our employees first, all the way from the garbage to trash pickup, all the way to the police and fire, and anybody in between. So, thank you.
All right, Deputy Thompson.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Thompson. I've been a citizen of Northport since 2010. I came to the city to pastor a local church here in town, and I came with a recommendation letter from the mayor of Prattville because I believe that the religious community and the government needs to work together. I'm running for two reasons and two reasons only. I have two sons, one that is first grade at Christmas, and the other that's will be going to the 10th grade at Tuscaloosa County High. I think every generation has its leaders for that time, and there's no way that I can affect change if I sit back on the sideline. I gotta get in the game. I can't wait till I retire. It'll be too late. I have children that the future of Northwood is going to affect the next 10 years. And it's going to directly affect me. It was this summer that I learned. I took my children out of private school because I believe in public education. When I took them out of private school, I first learned that Crestmont does not have a PTA program because they cannot get the parents to participate. I immediately talked to the principal, and guess what's going to happen at Crestmont this year? They're going to have a PTA. And so I'm not a politician. I've been doing this all my life. I'm a public servant. Poly means minute, tick. You know what that means. I'm not a politician. I'm a public servant. And so we need somebody that's going to effectively articulate the concerns of the district and not go by hearsay and really understand what the truth is opposed to what hearsay is. Thank you.
Okay, our first question. It is a competitive playing field for cities. What can the city of Northport do to be more pro-business and competitive? How can the chamber and the business community help in this regard? And we're going to start with Mr. Dennis Enright.
Well, I've had an opportunity to talk to a lot of the business owners. One of the biggest complaints that they have is that some of the businesses aren't created equally. And, that's one thing we gotta have because we don't want more businesses leaving. We've got, one example was one business told me where they got a code that you only have so much literature on the windows. Like, I forgot what it was, like 25%, but the business across the street from him, you couldn't even see in the windows. So he was upset about that. And that's just an example. I even have a sister-in-law over across the street that has a business where they came in during football season. She sells college sports flags and things like that. I won't give her a plug, but she has a business, and they made her take them down, and it was just up there for like 6 weeks. So, but across the street they had banners of Cokes and all like that for sale. So they got to start creating equal playing field for businesses. And I guess I'm out of time.
She called me Pastor Jeff. Let me get this straight right now. I'm not running for pastor of District 1. So we just get that out of the way. I think that the chamber and the city of Northwood need to be married to each other. I think it's very important that we use the resources that the chamber has and use them to the best of our abilities. Now, this is going to mess some of you guys up because I'm a preacher professionally, but I think one thing that Northwood is missing that Tuscaloosa has is that we need a nightlife here for our students. We got 3 major colleges here, and things close at 9 o'clock, which just because I don't go to the club, or just because I don't go out, doesn't mean that, you know, we gotta make it more user-friendly. You know, I know we have older constituents, but there are younger people that are moving in, and so we kind of need to make allowances for that. Right? Thanks.
I'm going to read a little bit from a prepared statement so I get everything in. The image of Northport should be improved in a way to make it more attractive for business investment. I can't think of anything more progressive than to effectively use the existing assets, such as the downtown area. Northport is sitting on a gold mine. When thousands of visitors come through downtown area on the way to Kentucky Arts Festival, will they see a downtown area and its surrounding areas that are well maintained? Will the streets and sidewalks of Main Avenue and Fifth Street reflect well on Northport? Tax incentives for businesses that compete with existing businesses are not the key to development. An attractive quality of life in Northport will lead to development and to people moving into Northport. Preserving and extending parks and green spaces are very important. There should be adequate measures to control traffic on our streets. Continued support of law enforcement to reduce crime in our city is vital.
Question 2, addressing the city's finances. What specifically would you do to promote transparency and accountability? And we're going to start with Jeff.
I think it's very strategic to build relationships. I've heard some of the mayoral candidates say that they, Northport is not open, but in the years that I've been here, I've developed relationships with all department heads. And so what I will do I'll have a meeting with them to make sure things are in order. I think sometimes we forget that sometimes as a councilman, you have to go the extra mile. You have to ask questions and let people know that you're going to show up. And when people realize that you are inquisitive about things that are going on, then if something is going on, they'll make sure that it's right when it gets to you. And so I think sometimes council members don't go the extra mile. And it goes back to being informed and having the truth and not what somebody else researched and wrote down for you.
I would start with a forensic audit, like several of the candidates have stated. A forensic audit is a thorough investigation, digs a little deeper than a regular audit. We do get an audit every year, and it's due, I think at our next council meeting, it will be presented. And it is a good audit. I just feel like confidence in the city finances has diminished over time, and I can certainly understand that. Our government has been, unsteady for a while, and citizens have lost their confidence, and many of them are concerned. You know, we had our city administrator left, and we had a financial director that was dismissed, and it's been, I think, alarming in some respects to the people in the community, and they're wondering what's going on with the financial situation. I've actually heard people say that the city's broke. I'm not sure that that's true. I don't think that's true. But I think that we could start with that. And then there needs to be good communication between the financial director and the council and mayor. And that can be, thank you.
We were last in the last forum too, so everything we say is sort of almost a repeat, but But anyway, I would like to see a forensic audit also. I think not only for the citizens, the new council members that go on need to know exactly what's going on. Not the hearsay that we know, let's get yourself on the back, but I've been doing a live broadcast from the council meeting the last few months. Not to keep people from coming, but I have people telling they couldn't come because of work, sick, kids, had to fix a dinner and everything. So I've been doing that every single meeting, and people have been commenting about it. So I believe getting everything out and open, and don't just rely on what we're told. Don't, people can say a lot of things. It's what you do and see yourself that you got to believe. We see that in other elections. People say things you don't know whether it's true or not. Let's get everything online. Our internet could be, our website could be a lot better. Get the audits online. Don't wait a year. Get it on there right after. Get the monthly financial reports. It's over. Get the monthly financial reports online.
I'm telling you, that minute goes fast, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, this is our last question, and then we'll have the closing statements. And this last question is, what do you see as the most significant need in District 1? And we're going to start with Dennis. Yeah, you again. Come on up.
I got a lot of complaint about not going first. I get to go again.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, the infrastructure is getting old, and that's something that's got to be right up there at the top. Retail development, obviously. We've been hearing riverfront for the last 2 elections. People get up here, and then after the election, just forgot about it. Let's finally do something about it, and that's going to be my goal in the 4 years to get something going. If it don't go in 4 years, it's probably not going to go. We've heard every excuse that we can hear. Families stick to own land and everything. But let's get with these developers, builders, educators, business leaders. Let's get them together in the same room and meet with them. And let's say, what can we do to get this going? And I promise you, I will do my best. That's one of my goals, to get that going. As everybody's already said, because it's a repeat. It's a gold mine waiting to be discovered. I could tell you a story today, but meet me afterwards and I'll tell you a story that happened today. And it's a true story. But let's get things moving. Let's don't wait for things to happen. Let's make it happen. That's just my philosophy. Thank you.
I'm an incumbent, and over the past 4 years, I have seen all sorts of problems in District 1, down in the historic section in particular, with infrastructure. There are citizens there who have severe problems with flooding and drainage. The ditches are the old clay ditches. They just start to rain, and there's flooding that builds up when it rains. It's a real serious and important issue that we deal with that. And then we have the sewer break. So there are a number of reasons and a number of problems that we have due to problems with our worn out, outdated, very old infrastructure in District 1. Also, I feel that it's really important to restore the confidence and the trust in government in Northport. There have been a number of things, as I mentioned before, that have occurred that I'm sure caused misunderstandings, confusion, fear, and we need to, the next council and mayor, and even when we hire a new city administrator, they need to work to connect with the people in the community and restore, to do whatever they can, be more, the government needs to be more transparent. Thank you.
I actually agree with what Mr. Hambright and Councilwoman Hayes said. That's shocking to me, but I do. Of course, the downtown area is the area that needs the most immediate attention, with the tractor-trailer trucks coming through there at numerous speeds. But the thing that the district really needs is representation that can present information in an accurate way. I commend Mr. Hambright for broadcasting the But let's just be honest, everybody don't have the internet, but everybody has a phone. So if I'm elected, what I would do would get a conference call number, and once a month after the meeting, I would make sure my constituents knew what the number was, what the code is, and they could call in, and I would give them play-by-play what has happened at the meeting, because I think sometimes the papers misconstrue what happens at an actual meeting, and so I think that's very important for the citizens to know.
And you can stay for closing statements. All right, so we have closing statements. You have 45 seconds. Keep an eye on the computer.
Okay, I got 45 seconds.
Knock it out.
I can say anything you want.
You can say anything you want.
Just kidding. Just kidding. As I said earlier, I want to start with this. Leadership has its rank, but leadership also has its responsibilities. I have two sons at home that are dependent on me to make their quality of life better. It cannot wait until I retire. It has to happen now. I can sit back and complain. I can sit back and say what needs to be done, but if I'm not in the game, I really don't have a right to complain. I'm simply asking tonight, for those of you that are in our district, in District 1, is that every generation has its leaders. And I think it's our time now. It's my generation time now. People that know about technology, people that know about PDF file, people that know things that people need to know today, and bring that kind of technology to the citizens. Thank you so much.
I'm going to use my 45 seconds to get started on this story because I know somebody's going to leave. Anyway, I started today, I actually started last week trying to get a hold of a company, a business out of town, just to see how hard it is to get them interested in Northport. You can verify this story. I can't tell you the name of the business, but I will tell the current city council because they can want to make it happen. But I asked him, I said, have you ever looked at Northport? And he said, yeah, sort of. He said, has anybody ever contacted you from Northport? Now, they're in a couple places in the state already. Every one of you will probably just about go there. And I said, nobody's ever called you? No. I said, well, you need to come look at it. He said, is there any land in Northport for me? I started telling him about the riverfront, maybe not be available, but the people that can help you find that. And he said, let me get your name and number, and I'll call you back. And I said, well, I really don't have the authority to make anything happen right now, but I said, I can put you in contact with it. And like I said, anybody get up here and just make up a story, but I promise you, it happened. And probably 90% of you probably know the business I'm talking about if I told you. But I wouldn't tell the business, the council, so they won't know, y'all won't think I made it up. But there are people waiting to come here, they just don't know about it. So, thank you.
I'm an independent voice on the council. I do not owe any special interest groups anything. I owe the constituents in my district because they elected me. I owe them to represent their problems and concerns to the council, to the mayor, and get results. I have taken no money from the PACs, and I'm only one of about maybe 3 candidates that do not. I feel like that I can't do that and owe my vote to another group of people, only the people in my district. I feel very honored and humbled to have been elected to serve this term and this past 4 years. And I want to run again because I have several projects that I've been working on for a couple of years that I want to see completed. And one of them has to do with the drainage and flooding problem in District 1 and the replacement of the infrastructure in that area. And it needs to be looked at in all areas of District 1. But right now, it's an emergency and we've got to focus on that. Thank you very much and thank you for coming.
All right, we all join me in thanking these candidates. I'm sure they'll hang around if you have anything you want to talk to them about. I want to remind you next week, same time, same place, same moderator. We're going to hear from districts 2, 3, 4, and 5. So be there, tell your friends, and thank you for coming. Maybe we'll see you next week.